Hello, my friend. It is June favorites and fails. I have been trying lots of things and I have lots of things to share with you. Mostly actually on the mediocre to good end. Not a whole lot of really bad fails. So if you want to see what I've been trying this month, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Before we get started, I do like to do a hashtag not sponsored feature. I get a lot of emails asking me to sponsor my favorites and fails videos, and I tell them no. No, I tell you, I will not sponsor a favorites video because I feel like, for me, it just feels a little cruddy. That's just the way it feels. I feel like favorites and fails should be about things that I genuinely love without being paid to tell you that I love them. And recently I have been featuring charities that I think are absolutely amazing and doing amazing work. A charity that I think goes along very well with the injustice that is going on is the Loveland Foundation. Let me read you a little bit about it. Loveland Foundation is committed to showing up for communities of color in unique and powerful ways with a particular focus on Black women and girls. Our resources and initiatives are collaborative and they prioritize opportunity, access, validation, and healing. We are becoming the ones we've been waiting for. So I will leave the link to that down below for you in case you would like to check it out. Let's go ahead and get into the worst product I tried this month. If you do not know, I still do get BoxyCharm in PR, but I haven't been reviewing it on the channel. There's just so much going on with BoxyCharm, I can't keep up with it, but I do want to share with you sometimes when I try something in the box that either works for me or does not work for me. This is one that unfortunately did not work for me. This is the Daily Concepts shampoo bar. Now, this may be operator error. I've never used a shampoo bar before this one, but I found this one to be quite difficult to work with. One of the concepts behind shampoo bars is that it's supposed to help you to not waste plastic by having your shampoo in a plastic bottle. It's much better for the environment. I do want to say something positive about this is that it smells amazing. It's very citrusy, but sweet, but spicy. It's got a wonderful scent, but using this in the shower, it was extremely ineffective. Well, I wouldn't say it's ineffective. It's not as ineffective. It was just really difficult to use. I do feel like it cleaned my hair effectively, but the amount of work I had to do to get any kind of soap on my hand and then in my hair, soap in my hand, soap in my hair. Maybe if you have very short hair, you may enjoy using this, but with long hair like mine, I just felt like it took way too much effort to use this, so this was a no for me. I can see it maybe working, like I said, for someone with shorter hair, someone maybe with less oily hair than I have, but yeah, I didn't enjoy using this at all. The next product is not bad in any way at all. It is not bad, and I'm sad that it's at number 9, but this is where it happens to fit with the rest of the products I'm going to show you today. This is the Perricone MD Brightening Amine Facelift. I was planning Amine, I always get that, I don't even know. This is something I was planning on doing a full review of. I bought this at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale back before the world was crazy. I've been using this morning and night. I am almost out of it. I was using it with the Milk Makeup Moisturizer that I was using before. So this was the only thing I changed in my skincare routine. And though it has amazing ingredients in it that should be doing good long-term protecting, long-term helping with anti-aging things, I can't tell you that I saw any kind of facelift results with this. Nothing. But I do believe, based on the ingredients and the science behind the ingredients, this is probably doing things that I just physically can't see. So that's why it is so low down, is just because it didn't do what the box says, the brightening facelift thing. Like, it didn't do that. I didn't even really see a brightening, even though that there is quite a bit of vitamin C in here. I didn't see that. In truth, you're not going to get facelift quality skincare from any skincare. So I think it's deceptive marketing even off the jump, and I should have known that. But I don't think that means that it wasn't doing anything, and I am going to continue using this. The problem with this is I'm probably not going to repurchase it because it is $100, and that's just, it's above my price threshold for what I like to spend on skincare. So yeah, I'm going to use this up, and I'm glad I tried it, but I don't see it as being a facelift. Next is a product also from BoxyCharm, and you know, this one just does what it's supposed to do, but it's nothing magical, but it's good. Brand I haven't talked about in a long time, it's pretty vulgar. It's their eye primer. I do find that this works. I do find that it helps to stop my eyeshadows from creasing. I do find that it helps to make my eye makeup last longer. I do wish that it did mute out discoloration just a little bit more than it does. Let me swatch here. La 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 la. It just kind of blends into the skin tone, and I personally like ones that mute out discoloration a little bit. Maybe if you are of a different skin tone than I am, maybe it will do a little bit more, but I don't find it to be pigmented enough for me. But you know, some primers just aren't like that. That's just not what they're trying to do, which is totally fine. It works fine. It's good. It's fine. It's just not magical. And everything else I just like better. Let's just put it that. This one's just, it's okay. It's good. It does what it's supposed to do. Moving on. You won't believe this. You are not going to believe this. Oh my goodness, I finished a lip balm. I finished a lip balm. This is the Drunk Elephant Lippe Balm. This was sent to me in PR a very, very, very long time ago. After I did my lip balm video, I was like, you know what? I just want to use a good lip balm before I go to bed. I'm going to put this in my nightstand and I'm just going to use it every single night. And it is used up. That's how much lip balm I have left. And I have to say, I really like this lip balm. It works great. For the price point, I don't necessarily think that it's worth it, but it's good. If you want a nice lip balm that's overpriced, then yeah, go for it. Like it's a good balm, but it's just expensive. And I won't be purchasing it, but that's okay. It was good while it lasted. I'm very, very hesitant to talk about the next one because the last time I talked about nail polish, let's just say it did not go well for me. I'm hesitant, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm going to jump in and we'll just hope that this time I know how to use nail polish. So this was sent to me again in PR. This is the new-ish Lights Lacquer collection. This is called Your Nails But Better. This was the top of it. Oh my goodness. Do I love these colors? Let me just say that. I love the colors. The colors are absolutely beautiful. My favorites in here were definitely Aliana. I'm not sure 100% how to pronounce that. I loved that one. I also loved Emma and Olivia. Now these dry down very, very, very fast. They are the fastest drying nail polishes I have ever used in my entire life, and that is not an exaggeration. However, they do chip relatively quickly. I cannot get these to last longer than 2 days on my nails. I just have to tell you the truth. I have been using the Holo Taco Glossy Taco, hopefully using it correctly. Who really knows at this point? I just put it on and I wrap the tip and, you know, I move on with my day. I don't know exactly what's happening. I don't know if it's just that it doesn't get along with this. I don't know if it's the base coat or not. I don't know, but they do chip on me relatively quickly. So I just want to let you know that that's my personal experience. If you've had a different experience, there are lots of reasons why you could have a different experience. I can't speak to your experience. All I can speak to is mine. But my favorite part I do have to say is how fast they dry down. It's absolutely insane. While we're here, I do want to mention on my nails today, because I know people are going to ask, is this was just sent to me yesterday from Lights Lacquer. This is called My Jam from their summer collection. And I just want to show you how gorgeous these shades are. Look at this PR package. Oh my gosh, look at these gorgeous shades. Like really, really, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So yeah, that's what's on my nails today. And I figured while we were talking about it, I'd just mention it. These next products, I was actually pleasantly surprised. I did put these on my Instagram and the swatches were less than interesting. Let me just put it that way. These are the newer Essence Elements palettes. So there's air, earth, fire, and water. And I was very skeptical of these palettes, especially after the swatches. These were sent in PR. Sorry, Essence, they swatched like trash. But on the eyes, they actually work pretty well. I was very impressed. With one exception is the Air palette. The Air palette was very weak. very, very weak. I don't know who can use this except for maybe if you're gonna use it maybe as an inner corner highlight, as a topper over other shadows, but it is extremely weak. The other ones, on the other hand, are actually very good, especially at the drugstore price. I feel like there are some products where you can get just as good of products at the drugstore as you can high-end prices. Eyeshadow, for me, is not one of them. Very rarely will I find an eyeshadow palette at the drugstore that can compete with my more expensive eyeshadows. And I feel like these are no different. They are good though, and I really like the color stories on them. They are very enjoyable to use. This one is all shimmers though. That's a critique I have for it. The Fire one is really fun. This color story has been done a million times, but I haven't seen it at the drugstore price. So if you are there, this may be something you want to consider, and I appreciate that there's more mattes in this one. And then the Water one is so fun. If you want to try blues and you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, this may be something good for you. Let me just swatch a few of these just so you can see. We'll swatch a shimmer from Water, and then we'll swatch a satin from Fire, and then we'll swatch a, let's do another satin from Earth. Let's do this green one, and then we'll do an Air. So you can see like that swatch is like complete doo-doo, but you can pack it on. Let me do another swatch of that. And you really can pack it and build it. It just takes a little while, but sometimes that's nice, especially if you are newer to using makeup. Putting things on and having them build slowly makes it easier to use. So that's how that one works. And let me just swatch one from Air just for good measure. I didn't swatch any matte ones. Oh man, fail. All right, hold on here. Swatch a matte from Fire, there we go. There's a matte, looking nice, looking nice. And let me just swatch one of these Air colors just so you can see what I was talking about. Let's do this guy up here. They're just really light. And let's just dig in a few more times just to make sure we're doing it justice. And you can see it just doesn't build a whole lot. If you are any deeper than a sheet of paper, this is not gonna work. Even if you are the same depth as a sheet of paper, this probably still isn't gonna work on its own. I mean, it's just, this one's not my favorite. But these, however, are very, very nice. Next is a rediscovery, thank you pandemic. I have not gotten my eyebrows done in a very, 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 very long time. Therefore, my eyebrows have a mind of their own. And they're kind of all over the place, and I haven't used brow gel in a minute, but I've needed it. This is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Again, set in PR a very, very long time ago. This is a fabulous brow gel. I even feel like this has been in a favorites and fails in the past. What I love about this is it doesn't leave my brows feeling crunchy. It doesn't have a strong, crazy smell, and it holds my brows in place. It's everything that I want it to be, but I feel like the difference between something like this and something like this and this is that this is rare. To have a brow gel do all of that is rare, but to have like these two things, like the lip balm do this and an eyeshadow primer do this, it's pretty common, kind of like brow pencils. But a brow gel that's this good is very difficult to find, and I have been absolutely loving this lately. Rediscovery, it's been absolutely fab. If you've been wondering where the Uoma Beauty products are, they're coming up right now. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Woke Concealer. This has been fabulous for me. And I know I've talked about a lot of concealers in favorites and fails recently, and this one is no different. It is so creamy and magical. This is in the shade T3, and it matches my skin tone perfectly. I'm sorry, Fair Lady T3, because their shades are very interestingly named, and sometimes it can get a little confusing. But it's so creamy, you only need to use the tiniest little bit. Imagine Tarte Shape Tape, but without the creasing. That's where we are with the Stay Woke foundation. It is fabulous, and it works great. It does everything that it's supposed to do without creasing and also being very intense. It is a really intense concealer, and I haven't really found one that's this intense that doesn't crease in the fine lines under my eyes, so it makes me very, very happy. And right next to it, just barely beating it out, the Uoma Beauty Black Magic Carnival palette. Oh, how much I've been loving this palette. Oh my gosh, loving it. It has been so fun to play with. And one thing that I didn't expect how much I would like was the shimmers that are up here. I am one who loves foiled eyeshadows. I like very opaque foiled shadows. I'm not as much into like the just shimmery, you know, boring kinds of stuff. This is neither of those. It's like very, very finely milled glitter is really what it is. Let me swatch these guys for you. And then the mattes are just perfect. They're perfect mattes. They don't powder up a whole lot. They're very easy to use, very easy to blend. But let me show you how these are. I'm gonna swatch these down here. They're not super opaque. They just give you just a hint of color and a lot of sparkle, and they're just fun. And I don't think I own any formulas that are quite like this, and I think that's why this product particularly stands out to me. While we're here, let me swatch a few of the mattes just so you can see them. Look at that. I mean, really? Really? Oh. And let's go in for a double dip. I mean, really? I don't have words. I don't have words. And they go on with a brush that easy. Like these go on, packed on with a brush, like opaque like that, like super, super fast. So really, really been loving this. Cannot wait to play with this more. And finally, at number 1 on the countdown, I always save this for a product that surprises me, a product that I'm like, wow. Like, that's really good. I didn't expect that. These are blushes by a brand called Peach Sea. I think it was last month I talked about the primer. It was much lower down. These are at number 1 for a reason. I have been absolutely loving these blushes. These were sent to me by YesStyle. It is a K-beauty brand. So if you do have a medium to deeper skin tone, unfortunately, these probably won't work very well for you. They are not super pigmented. But for somebody that's my skin tone, maybe a little bit deeper, all the way to very fair. Oh my gosh, these are incredible. They're beautifully buildable. And I love that there's like a purpley tone shade. Like what? I don't think I own a purple blush. Okay, so first this apricot and then rose. Hold on, let's do it again. Because with a cheek product, you don't want it to go on real strong at first. You want it to slowly build so you don't go straight to clown face and then like, oh my gosh, how do I get rid of this? It's too much. Okay, this one is peach. See how light that is? See how that would never work on a deeper skin tone? And lavender, let's go into peach and lavender one more time. Peach, lavender. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's peony, not peach. This one is called coral, and then the last one is called shy. And they just add subtle color to the cheeks, which is really what I've been going for lately. I was getting some very valid critiques on my cheek application over the past few months that it's been very heavy and just not blended well. And I find that these are kind of error-proof, and they've been really helping me to not go overboard on my cheek product. And that has been very helpful for me. So that's why these have meant so much to me during the past month or so. I've just really, really been loving using them because they're pretty error proof for my skin tone. One more thing, lasting power on these is very good. I wouldn't say that it is fabulous. I definitely get a good solid 6 hours of wear with them, but they do fade down a little bit during the day. I think that maybe the reason why these are number 1 for me is because they solved a problem for me that I was having, and they make me happy, and that's why they're at number 1. At this point, my friend, it is your turn in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other to not buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. I would love to know your thoughts on anything I talked about today. If you don't have thoughts on the things I talked about today, I would love to know the things that you've been trying and loving or not loving. Let's all help each other to buy things that will make us happy and bring us joy, and to not waste our money on things that won't. Thank you again so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe before you go, please do. do. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you'd like to be notified when I make a new video, you can hit the bell notification, but make sure you set that to all because the system is super weird. If you would like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a video for you right down there to watch. But if it is your time to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. Don't forget to check out the charity and links down below. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.